The forms of creation which need or require illusion in order to function tend to function more efficiently at night, because at night there's less light, actual light, sunlight, there's less sunlight. And so illusions are easier. It's easier to, if you're if you're a magician, right? And you're up on the stage creating illusions, sometimes you might intentionally have an area of the stage that's in shadow because you need that shadowy area in order for your illusion to pull off your illusion without people noticing what the truth was going on. So this is the time when it's most likely, if someone is most likely to find themselves dealing with some kind of energies that are unsavory or even malevolent, is most likely at night. Um, how many people slept apart from their parents at night when they were little? How many? Almost everyone. Almost everyone. Yep. Little children have all kinds of experiences at night, especially if they don't have the comfort and security of being in the same room with a protective adult. Little children having traumas at night in their beds. Now that we are adults, we have fully ripened nervous systems. We have protocol for dealing with those, right? If usually indifference is the first step, and the second step is we encourage them back to the source of creation. We don't send them back from whence they came, because they're residing in a place of separation, in a place of incompletion, in a place that's not really good for them. It's not their most evolutionary place. And why you personally experience them is because you personally have the resources to catalyze an evolutionary moment. There's an opportunity for an evolutionary moment there. Can we do a healing for the nervous system of the child who spent their nights alone? That's a really good idea. Let's do that. Okay, guys, let's do a healing. Bringing awareness to the heart center, we have access to the subtle bodies, the psychic body and the noetic body. So feeling awareness settling down into the noetic body. It's a field of deep feeling within the form, the physical form of the noetic body is a field of deep feeling within the spectrum of consciousness and the spectrum of form, really. And there, your awareness is the life in it. It is the divine presence in the the noetic body. And we bring our awareness back in time to childhood, early childhood, to the nights, the many nights. And we can do this field independence, like looking through the peripheral vision. We can gather all the nights. We can bring all the night times into the field of perception and awareness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And the house or houses that you lived in, very often these types of forms are connected to or associated with locations. You know, they can stick around in the walls and the floors and stuff like that. So and what's happening is awareness is going into the heart center of the little child body and bringing deep comfort and love, recognition, comfort, love, compassion, holding the little child's heart with your heart now. And that feeling of the heart being held is extremely comforting for the little child, extremely empowering. Ultimately, your soul was still an eternal soul, even though it was in the body of a little child. And the power and the presence and the integrity of the eternal soul shows up for the little child. And what I'm seeing is an energy. This is an imprinting all across the back, from the back of the head all the way down to the feet, across the back of the body, like a cradle of light, a cradle of light medicine. And it's a little bit blue. It's a little bit blue, and blue is a very beautifully protective color, among other things. It protects. So the little child body is being protected and held in this cradle of blue light. And the little heart is being warmed with that rose, that lovely rose white in the heart. And your presence in one shot from here in this present moment is able to sort of, I want to say, spread itself out across the moments when issues arose for you at night, but it's not spreading out as in becoming thinner and less powerful. It's just awareness in the present moment is showing up at each of those moments with equal strength and value and integrity and stability. And the stability that you bring is the stability of, I made it out the other end. Like, here I am as an adult. I'm okay. I didn't die. I managed to navigate through this. It's going to be okay. So we're with the little child self and holding the little child self essentially in the lap of God. We're teaching the little child self how to find their way back to the lap of God. That deep caress of complete, utter security and comfort and wholeness. And now we use our vision going through the astral body of the little child self and looking at all those forms that are showing up, whatever forms are showing up, whatever varieties. Guys, the pathway home. We just give them the pathway home. We just escort them, or even just open the door. And it looks like a flushing. It's like flushing those dark entities and those dark energies, they're washing their way back, like rivers washing to the ocean of God's grace. And the rivers that reach the sea are forging their path through the landscape in a way that's has greater integrity and fewer boundaries and limitations, fewer blockages, because there are some blockages. And the blockages are in the form of fear, and they are at an ancestral level of the physiology. So we go down into the epigenome of the physiology, epigenome and DNA, and we're clearing fear from the body right now, from this body, clearing fear from the epigenome. And the fear itself also finds its way back to the ocean of being. Fear, and behind the fear are layers of beliefs and superstitions and even past lives, layers and layers of superstitions and beliefs and even religious beliefs and all kinds of belief systems are being examined. They're shining, they're lighting up. Belief systems in general are lighting up. These also are offered back to the source of creation. There's a pure truth. There's a pure truth. It comes from the divine. That one, that pure truth, that pure truth, that pure truth in its most complete form. It's an archive, you guys. It's an archive at the noetic level of creation, the noetic level of the body. There it is. That's the archive. Absolute pure truth. It is the foundation of all the philosophies and the beliefs and the religious contexts and all that, all that. There's a foundation, and that is the nugget. It's the seed of all these systems of belief and understanding that we possess. And that seed is planted in the physiology of the little tiny child person. No, no, that seed is planted here in these physiologies, and we hold it, we cherish it, we protect it for our little child self. The little child self, for those who can handle it, for those who have it, it's in the noetic body, which travels from lifetime to lifetime. So it's there. The seed is there. And so it is available to the little child self, the seed of deep, deep truth, perennial knowledge. That seed is in a state of continuously enfolding in the arms of the divine, continuous, at an infinite rate. So it's just humming. It's humming in the hands of the creator within us. It's in the gap in our physiologies between our noetic bodies and the absolute field of pure being. There, it's humming that. I'm just feeling that hum, just enjoying that hum. The hum is like a lullaby for the lullabies for the babies, especially the tiny infant bodies. It's the easiest way for your infant self to handle this healing and this protection is through a lullaby. So it comes in the form of a lullaby, the song of the creator, the song of the creator. It plays for those little teeny infant bodies. So the little infant feels somehow safe and whole and protected and comforted and fine and recognized and loved unconditionally, even without mama's hug right there. Physically, it's okay. It's like a hug of frequency, a frequency hug. Beautiful. May that hug go out to all the babies. May all the babies receive this hug, this frequency, this seed of truth, which is at the foundation of all beliefs and philosophies and religious contexts. And so may it, like a radio signal, may it comfort the little tiny baby bodies and the great eternal souls in those little baby bodies for all the children who must sleep alone at night. We do it. We as a group, as a collective, we send that hum. We feel it in our own bodies, and we let the Schumann resonance carry it to all the babies on earth, to our ancestors as babies, to all the babies of the future and the past. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.